Welcome to Divine Lotus Tarot. We are going to take a look at a message that I have for those of you with significant placements of Leo and or significant placements of Aquarius who are male before we get into the messages. For you, those of you who are interested in booking your personal private session, my website is www.divinelotustarot.com. There you can find the instructions and the steps on how to book your private session with me. My link is below this video as well too for your convenience. For those of you interested in my social media account information, you can find that below this video, as well as those of you who would like to support in my channel. My cash app is Divine Lotus Tarot 8, so that's $ Divine Lotus Tarot 8, and I also have a PayPal account that you could send donations through and support for my channel. You can find all that information below this video. So getting into your messages, once again, like I said, these are for those of you who have significant placements of Leo, those of you who have significant placements of Aquarius. You may have both of them, you may have either or of them, but it's for male energy, males. Okay. So the message that I got coming through was that travel is going to pay off. So I feel like for those of you in the instance where maybe you have some new opportunity that may be presented for you to travel, I feel like this may be a great opportunity that you might want to take advantage of. It's gonna call on you to have, I guess you're gonna need to act on a sense of faith. You may need to act quickly on this as well too for some of you. Okay, because it might just kind of come up out of short notice or all of a sudden. Okay, whether this is an opportunity that's presented for you, like coming towards you to proposition, like for you to do this, or whether this is maybe some type of trip or travel that you may establish yourself. Okay, so like let's say you just get the idea that you want to travel, and all of a sudden it comes into your awareness of, you know, for you to plan and make good on this. I feel like it may be in your best interest to do this. Okay, as well as for those of you maybe where you have been newly traveling. Okay, maybe this could be for work or for I feel like this would more so be for work for some of you. Like it may be an opportunity like where you just, like let's say you're having to commute or something like that. This may be in your best interest to just more so stick to seeing it through and not get disinterested, and continuing to know that it's going to pay off for you, even though it may seem maybe more of a burden, or it may seem like maybe financially like it doesn't make sense as of right now to be doing this. But I kind of feel like if you just see it through and you just have patience, okay, and you stick to it, it's going to pay off for you. Okay, like you'll see it come back to you in some form or fashion. Okay, like the whatever money that you're having to use for this travel, you're gonna get it back. Okay, so just trust, know, and believe that it's gonna come to you in an unexpected way. It may come from an unexpected source. It just may come unexpectedly. But just continue to, I would just say, pray and ask for it to come in like quickly, swiftly, but peacefully. You know, you want to get your money coming back in a peaceful manner. Okay, so that's my two messages in regards to the message that I was hearing in regards to you all. All right. So we have the devil energy here. In this instance, the devil energy is not showing up in a good energy because it's showing someone, I'm getting a very covetous, vindictive, jealous energy around you. Now, for some of you, okay, even though it's 2022, I guess people are still doing this because, I guess it just never gets old. People just really need to learn the spirit of discernment when it comes to who you're sleeping with, especially if you know that's your weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like you really need to really need to like make a overnight change with that. Like, you need to make an instant change with that, especially for those of you where this is your weakness, where sex is your weakness, where sex is your weakness, where sex is your weakness. You're really going to need to make an instant change, like instantly. We don't even need overnight. We need immediate change. You need to be like cold turkey immediately, because I'm seeing that you have someone around you. Okay. Now, it's either this person themselves, the individual who you've been sleeping with, someone who wants to sleep with you, or someone who is going to send someone to sleep with you. Okay. Um, because for some of you, I'm picking up this is your weakness. Okay. Sex is your weakness. So it may be in your best interest to go cold turkey. Okay. I don't know how else to do this. I don't know how else to do it. You know what I'm saying? How else to tell you that you need to refrain from doing certain habits that you normally do, especially when it comes to matters pertaining to you having sex, and that being your weakness. Having sex, giving sexual pleasure, receiving sexual pleasure, sexual intercourse, whatever it pertains to in that field. It's like there is something instantly that you need to like stop, like, and go cold turkey, because it's not going to be in your best interest. There is someone energy I'm picking up that is like a hungry wolf around you. Like I said, it's either this person who you're sleeping with, this person who wants to come in to sleep with you, or someone who is going to send someone to sleep with you. Okay. This person does not like you. Okay. This person is, I'm getting a vibration of someone who is close to you. Okay. So it's either a friend, a family member, or someone you work closely with, live closely with, something of that nature. Okay. Like I said, this is either the person that you're sleeping with, the person who wants to sleep with you, or the person that is going to send someone else to try to sleep with you. It's going to be in your best interest to go cold turkey instantly and just be like, you know what? That you need not be doing this activity anymore of how you've been doing activity sexually, because I'm not getting a positive energy around how this will result and end up for you all who will find it difficult for you to just abstain from doing this. It'll be in your best interest, and it'll positively result for you because it's something that you can avoid. That's what I'm seeing. It's something significantly that you can avoid that will essentially, like I said, it's not going to be in your best interest if you fall into the temptation or allow yourself to be persuaded to do this, or not listen to your intuition or second guess yourself, or yeah, it ain't going to be in your best interest. Okay. But it is something that can be avoided if you essentially refrain from falling into temptation. I will say as well too, I am picking up scorpionic energy, okay, in the situation that it may have pertaining to do with. So whether it's someone who has significant placements of Scorpio in their birth chart, or it just has matters to deal with destruction, chaos, death, transformative situations, you know what I'm saying, that are going to impact you in a way that forever changes your life, there is scorpionic energy here. Okay. And so essentially what I'm getting is you will be rewarded for making good decisions, good choices. Okay. I kind of feel like it's just like some type of situation where it feels like you just keep getting stuck doing the same thing. And it's like you already know right from wrong at this point in time. I'm not gonna harp or spend too much more energy on, that type of situation. I just kind of feel like it's a situation of like, you know, the right thing to do. You know what's morally right. You know who you should and shouldn't be doing things with, who you should be talking to, who you should or shouldn't be sleeping with at this point. You know what is right from wrong. I feel like a lot of you know at this point in time. Okay, you clearly know. So if this is a situation where you've already got like some type of past, in whatever area of your life, like you got a second chance or you got a pass or something like that, like it is in your best bet to stay on the straight and narrow and avoid reverting back to any type of behaviors or people that that don't align with you moving forward and continuing to be in the energy of success that you're in, because I'm seeing that you're in a lot of energy with success that you're in. You're in a great momentum right now, and I just kind of feel like there's energies, people, there's things that want to come and try to create stumbling blocks from you for you because they see that you're doing so good. Like I said, I'm getting a hungry wolf energy, so obviously there are people who are hungry that are around you and they're mad because you're eating, they're mad because you ain't sharing, or they're mad because they can't eat how you eating. You get what I'm saying? So basically you just need to really practice the sense of discernment. You need to have a very strong sense of being strong-minded, strong-willed. You need to allow yourself to realize that trust and know and believe that God will show you who has your best interest at heart. And like I said, I say this all the time, I don't care what the person's earthly relationship to you is in this lifetime. That means nothing when it comes down to the soul. When it comes down to the soul, you never know unless you go to God and ask spiritually to discern for you, to reveal to you, to show you a person's true nature and true color. Sometimes people don't have the balls to do that. People be having the balls to do everything else, but had the balls to go to God and ask Him to show them who is who. Because when you ask who is who, it's gonna make you have to take accountability. It's gonna make you have to check yourself. It's gonna open your eyes, and it might show you some things that you don't want to see. It might show you some things that's real hard to digest. And for some people, it's just easier to just live in a fantasy realm of facade that, dang, mama did me like that, daddy did me like that, grandma did me like that, my best friend did me like that, my sister did me like that, my brother did me like that, my boss did me like that, my manager did me like that, such and such did me like that. Yeah, it's real easy, and it gets real comfortable to just keep those, that blindfold on and not have to face it. But also there's repercussions for when God continues to try to show you, or when God actually reveals to you people's true nature and you still continue to try to act like you don't see it. And it's not in your best interest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing yourself no favor by continuing to, try to maintain something as if you don't know it. Like, that's a blessing. It's not a curse. It may hurt, but it ain't a curse. It's a blessing for God to reveal that to you, because that lets you know that God trusts you with that information. That also lets you know that you have some type of essential discernment, you know what I'm saying, that could be useful to help you as well as help other individuals. So I would say it would be wise of you to take heed and to essentially make sure that you continue to not ignore the information that God is presenting to you. Like I said, I don't care what the earthly person's title is to you at this point in time. That means nothing, especially when somebody, is coming in a manner where they're not considering your earthly title. Okay. So with that being said, let's see if there's any more messages for you before we wrap this up for you. All right, before we wrap this up, I just kind of feel like this is kind of like a something to be aware of, something to be cautious of, something like a forewarning, okay, for, like I said, something that is easily avoidable in this situation. Um, I really just feel like there's a situation where some of you just need to understand that the definition of loyalty does not necessarily mean that you have to sacrifice yourself for individuals who don't sincerely like you or sincerely love you or sincerely have your best interests at heart and will try to convince you that they do. Okay, that's an enemy. That's not loyalty. That's not a friend. That's not a family member. That's not someone who truly has your best interests at heart. So I just ask that you take that into consideration, because I know loyalty is something that individuals can really throw that word out there a lot, but a lot of the times either individuals have different definitions of what loyalty is. It can be circumstantial when people will pick and choose how, when, where, and why, or to who they want to be loyal to. And or like I said, the definition can be different for different people for different reasons. Um, but I feel like overall, when it comes to loyalty, sometimes individuals will assume because they are loyal that other people are going to do that and have that same regard for them. And the reality of the situation is that is beautiful if that is the case, when that is the case, but it may not be the case at all times. And everyone does not deserve your loyalty, okay? And everyone who is proclaiming or presenting themselves to be loyal may not be. And I think it's very important to just know that you should maybe want to establish having relationships, and I'm hearing rich relationships, okay? This is a true rich relationship when you can be in a relationship with someone where you call each other out, okay, and hold each other accountable. But a situation where you're not afraid to tell someone like and be clear to someone's face and say like, I always pray for my enemies to be revealed, okay? Or that you do this regularly with the individuals you're around. I feel like when you have true, sincere individuals, y'all gonna both motivate, encourage, and inspire each other to do that regularly, because this would be another individual who knows I don't have anything to hide. You don't got nothing to hide, so it's nothing. But a person who's gonna want to deter and stray away from that, or a person that you find end up disappearing once you start doing that, that might be the individual that you might want to pay attention to and regard and consider like, is does the definition that you have of loyalty apply to that person or that situation? Okay, I just kind of feel like it's good to have people where you cultivate that type of rich practice around, where you are actively engaging in prayer, where you are making it clear and making it very known like, I'm gonna make sure that I'm always aware. Like there, you shouldn't have to hide the fact that you don't want to have fake people around you. You shouldn't have to do tests on people. You know what I'm saying? People should just come into your space, into your environment with open arms and open heartedness and transparency with love. Like you shouldn't have to be putting people through tests and whatnot to know if people are truly there for you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially the same people that you've already given time after time, or accepted people back into your life. But I kind of feel like once God shows you who a person is, that's who that person is. You get what I'm saying? And I just kind of feel like sometimes it's best to use the practice of rejection is protection. It's best to maybe cry in silence or privately, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you got to do to get yourself through it, you know what I mean? But just knowing that you know the truth about a situation, that's a blessing. It's not a curse. So I found this quote. I don't know who the source is, but many blessings to whoever wrote this quote, because it's not mine. And I'm going to give credit where credit is due. It says, loyalty is about people who stay true to you behind your back. So just keep that in mind, all right? Besides all that, if you would like to book your own personal session with me, you can go to my website, www.divinelotustarot.com, where you can find the steps and instructions on how to do that. Be blessed.